The world is changing rapidly, and this also means that our preferences are also changing quickly. Some sports like soccer, basketball, tennis, and golf are quite popular across the world, but they have been around for decades. But there is one sport that has taken the world by storm, and it is UFC. In today's video, we are going to discuss why UFC is taking over the world. They also try to take their opponents down by any means possible. They don't care if they get dirty, they'll do anything to win the match. This makes the fights even more intense and exciting. Some of the biggest stars in UFC include Conor McGregor, Jon Jones, Israel Adesanya, Amanda Nunes, and Max Holloway. This ensures that fans get to see the best possible matchups every time they tune in. Thanks for watching the video. We hope you got some valuable information. Today, UFC is bigger than any other combat sports organization. According to a recent survey conducted by Statista in 2022, UFC was the fastest growing sport on the planet. Take Conor McGregor, for example. He may not be fighting at the moment, but he's still one of the biggest stars in the company. Fans can now watch their favorite fights live on platforms like ESPN and BT Sport, which has contributed to the sport's growing popularity. Moreover, the UFC has embraced social media and does an excellent job of promoting its events. As UFC continues to grow, it will be interesting to see if it can overtake boxing as the most popular combat sport in the world. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. However, UFC has definitely emerged as a strong competitor and has surpassed some of boxing's long-standing achievements. In terms of viewership and revenue, UFC has already overtaken boxing in some areas, such as pay-per-view sales. This shattered the previous record of 1.5 million set by the Mayweather vs Pacquiao fight in 2015, which was the biggest event in boxing history. Despite being an early Sunday start in the UK, the event did numbers that most boxing events can only dream of, generating 6.1 million views across various platforms. For example, the 2017 fight between McGregor and Mayweather, which was one of the most lucrative events in combat sports history, generated over $600 million in live gate revenue. This surpassed the previous record of $386 million set by the Mayweather vs. With millions of followers on platforms like Instagram, the UFC keeps fans engaged with highlights, interviews, and behind-the-scenes content. Additionally, the UFC has expanded its reach beyond North America and now holds events all over the world. By embracing technology and expanding its global presence, the UFC has positioned itself for continued growth and success. There are 10 weight divisions in men's UFC, ensuring that the competition is always evenly matched. Anything can happen in a matter of seconds. That unpredictability is what makes UFC so exciting to watch. On top of that, the addition of submission grappling and ground fighting to the sport has made it even more interesting. This ensures that there are no easy wins and that every match is a true test of skill and endurance. Overall, the combination of striking, grappling, knockout power, and the unpredictable nature of the sport makes UFC a truly thrilling experience for fans of martial arts. It's a showcase of human skill and athleticism that's hard to take your eyes off once you start watching. I'm saying I'm a fair person. If you're good to me, I'll be great for you. That's something you won't hear in any other sport. And then there's Nate Diaz, arguably the most loved fighter in the UFC. After his last fight against Tony Ferguson, Diaz looked at the camera and said, "I'm a real fighter. Shoot me out." These guys bring a level of trash talking and entertainment that you just can't find anywhere else. Kamaru Usman is another fighter with a huge personality. The Nigerian-born wrestler calls himself the Nigerian Nightmare and has a dominant wrestling style that's tough to beat. And let's not forget about Francis Ngannou, the Cameroonian and French fighter who is known for his devastating knockout power. Ngannou's fights are always a must-watch, as he is capable of ending any fight with just one punch. All of these fighters bring something unique to the table. Whether it's their fighting style, personality, or trash-talking skills, what's even more surprising is that football only saw a growth of 4%, while basketball had a decrease of 2%. Now, when it comes to the most popular sports in the world, football is undoubtedly no one. However, UFC is growing faster than any other major sport out there, including football, and it won't be long until they become the most popular sport globally. This isn't just because people like watching fights. So check out our channel, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on any future updates. The rise of UFC can be attributed to a number of factors. One of the most important is the fact that UFC is a truly global sport. It is popular in North America, Europe, Asia, and Africa. It is a sport that transcends cultural boundaries. Social media has allowed fans to connect with their favorite fighters and follow their training, competitions more closely than ever before. But the reason why UFC has become so popular is because of non-stop, unpredictable action. You never know what's going to happen next. Soon as you think you've got a read on the fight, bam, somebody lands a knockout blow. That's what makes UFC so exciting to watch. While other sports have periods of inactivity or strategic timeouts, UFC is constantly moving forward. No wonder fans are flocking to UFC events, as the non-stop action is simply irresistible. In addition, UFC has done a great job of marketing itself to mainstream audiences. This has helped to raise the profile of the sport and has made it more accessible to casual fans. This led to a decrease in the quality of boxing matches, as fewer fighters were willing to step outside of their comfort zone and learn new skills. This leads to more exciting fights and more fans. The future of UFC looks bright. With its global appeal, exciting fights, and commitment to innovation, UFC is set to remain the top combat sport in the world for years to come. Whether you love karate, judo, Muay Thai, wrestling, or boxing, you will see it in UFC. People who practice different martial arts have something to cheer for, and this helps to increase the popularity of the sport. This makes it a very appealing sport for people of all ages and backgrounds. Fighters use a variety of techniques to take their opponents down, including punches, kicks, elbows. One of the reasons for the rapid growth of UFC is the emergence of global superstars. Instead, you get a knockout. If the opponent falls, anyone can take him down. This makes every UFC fight super exciting and unpredictable. One of the best things about UFC is that it is not a game of inches. Their larger-than-life personalities and fighting styles have captivated audiences around the world. As more and more people tune in to watch these superstars compete, they are becoming fans of the sport as well. Also, before we begin, don't forget to subscribe for updates on amazing videos. And let's begin. UFC is the fastest-growing sport on the planet right now. It's taken the world by storm, and people are loving it. Every second of a UFC match is intense and exciting. There are thousands of sports in the world, but only a few have managed to rise above the rest. UFC stands for Ultimate Fighting Championship, and it is a mixed martial art competition. If you're wondering why everyone is going crazy about UFC, then this video is for you. Anything can happen at any moment, and the fighters are always ready for it. In boxing, two people try to hit each other, but if one of them misses a punch by a few inches, the punch won't land. Another thing that makes UFC more exciting than other sports is that the fighters do not just focus on defense. Reason 2, global superstars with huge personalities. UFC is full of global superstars with huge personalities. Fans love watching these athletes compete, and they also love learning about their different cultures and backgrounds. These athletes have huge personalities, and they bring a lot of fans with them wherever they go. These fighters have millions of fans around the world, and they continue to grow in popularity. Reason 3, a perfect mix of all martial arts. UFC is a perfect mix of all martial arts, and it offers something for everyone. Knees, submissions, and knockouts. This keeps fans on the edge of their seats and guessing what will happen next. The perfect mix of all martial arts in UFC is one of the reasons for its rapid growth. So the answer to the question is yes. Finally, after years of hard work and dedication, boxing's long reign is over. We would love to hear what you think about the content, so feel free to drop your thoughts below. Take a look at UFC. In just under 30 years, they've gone from a small regional promotion to becoming the biggest MMA company in the world. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the 3 reasons why UFC is taking over the world. Reason no. 1. The fastest growing sport on the planet. One of the biggest reasons for UFC's explosive growth is due to the fact that they have some truly unique global superstars with huge personalities. Reason no. 3. A perfect mix of all martial arts. To sum it up, the UFC has grown faster than any other major sport, thanks to its non-stop, unpredictable action, larger-than-life personalities, and a perfect blend of various martial arts. And now for the big question, Is boxing's long reign finally over? Overall, while boxing will continue to be popular, UFC has emerged as a strong competitor and has already surpassed some of boxing's long-standing achievements. But that's just my opinion. What do you think?
Ads.